Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma. Today I want to show you how we use fixed grammar in our homeschool. This is from the Institute for Excellence in Writing, better known as IEW. I will just walk you through the program, answer some questions that I have received, and as well I will show you a little clip where you will see me just doing grammar with my kids. So I hope you stay tuned. I will see you after the intro. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you how we use fixed grammar in our homeschool. I want to just explain to you how we prepare when we are about to use fixed grammar. So I will have like a video somewhere around in here for you guys to be able to see while I explain to you guys that. As well, I will give you a brief explanation of how we do it. I will show you a clip where my kid and I will be sitting just working with the program, and then I will show you as well a clip where you probably are not going to see my face, but I will give you a quick flip through because I have one already that you guys can check that out. I will leave a link somewhere around in here and in the description box for you guys. But you will be seeing some of the pages of the program because I would like to answer some of the questions that I have received lately. So you will see all of that in this video, and I hope that I can just being able to just take away any doubt that you have about the program, or if you feel hesitating to try to use the program. I think that this could be a good video to help you out decide if it's a good fit for your family or no. Okay. So the first thing that I do when we are about to use fixed grammar is that I prepare myself. I just start by adding on the dry erase board. I start writing the sentence. Unless we are doing car schooling, well, usually I don't have anything to write the sentence. What I do is I have him doing the fixed grammar, and then I just start by using my teacher book to be able to corroborate what he did and see if he actually did it correct. Okay, and I will give you an explanation in a second. So I just prepare the dry erase board. I write the sentence on the dry erase board, so it's easy for me. I have everything prepared there. I look at the teacher guide. It's not like you need to do a whole lot of preparation when you're doing fixed grammar, but I like to have that certain pattern when I am about to start with him fixed grammar. Okay, so I just look at my teacher guide just to have an idea. I look at the sentence, and usually what I do is that I read the sentence with him. So I just grab my book. This is the teacher guide. Let's say we are going for lesson week 1. We are on lesson 1, week 1. And you have a part where it says learn it. I don't know if you guys are able to appreciate that. Where it says learn it. So I go through this page with him. I start reading. Every word belongs to a word group, a part of a speech. There are 8 parts of a speech. The first parts of a speech that you will learn is the noun. It has the definition of a noun here for you on the teacher guide, and they can see this as well. Besides these little instructions that you have on the side, they can see the rest, correct? A noun is the name of a person, place, thing, or idea. So I have him recitate that definition to me prior he starts everything to see if he's remembering that. We use as well first language lessons for the well-trained mind, more on his auditory side, and I explained that already. I have a complete video in regards to that and how we use it as well. Not because fixed grammar is lacking on anything, but we were doing first language lessons for the well-trained mind previously. We start with fixed grammar, and it was working very well. It was just a little bit more gentle, and it went through more the definitions of the concepts, and they have an enrichment part where they can just have and being able to work with those parts of a speech with the grammar. Okay, but with fixed grammar, I have him do all of these, correct? I read all this page and I make sure if he has some sample sentences that he reads that sentence. Example here, it says Timmy hid behind vegetables in the garden. So I make sure that I read that sentence and I ask him to correct the sentence. Example, to look for the nouns. He will answer to me the nouns and I will make sure that he's answering correct. I ask him if he's in doubt, if he needs more explanation, if he needs for me to answer something, if he has any questions. And if he doesn't, then we continue with the sentence. Once we go with the sentence and we have finishing all of this page back and forth, it has more explanations on the back about capitalization and mark and indentation. After I read all of this for him, I make sure that I read the sentence for him. And then I have him reading the sentence. So I will go, Johnny the town mouse was born in a kitchen cupboard filled with assorted tins of spices. Okay, you guys, here I have the student workbook, as well I have the teacher guide, and I just want to have them side by side so you can see the differences. So I want to answer some of the questions that I have received, and as well will guide you again on how we are using the program, correct? Usually when we are about to start a lesson, what I do is that it doesn't matter if we have a review page or if we have just a learn it page, which is the introduction of that concept. I will just be reading that to him. So usually once we start a lesson, let's say it's lesson 23, I will be talking to him. I will be reading this with him. I will be asking him some questions to see if he's understanding. I will give him the chance for him to be answering this page, and then I will discuss it with him. After that, we will be moving to what will be the day. I will be reading for him the sentence. I will have him first get the definition of the bolded word. Why? I think it is important because it makes it easy for your child to be able to understand how that word is working in that sentence. And when they are going to the dictionary, if it's a skill that they haven't mastered yet, it will make it easier for them because they will have an idea on what they are going to be expecting for that definition. Example, sometimes the dictionaries have more than one meaning for one word, and it will depend how you're using that word in the sentence, correct? So I usually have him reading that sentence and then have him looking for that definition. I don't give him the definition from what I have in here. I actually want him to look for that bolded word in the dictionary because I think it's a skill that kids needs to be developing, especially at this age, correct? So it's very important that he learns how to work with the dictionary. So I have him searching for that bolded word, the definition for that bolded word, and then he can start working with his sentence. If you notice in here, one of the differences from the old edition is the fact that this edition has the amount of things that they are going to be working for each part of a speech compared to the old edition. And if you want to see a comparison, I have a video. I will leave it somewhere around in here for you guys. The link somewhere around in there for you guys to be able to see it. But I just decide to continue with Town and Country Mouse because I noticed that there were still some concepts in this new edition that I didn't see in the previous edition. As well, the layout was different and I want him to get used to it little by little. And I just thought that more practice was not going to hurt as well. So that's very important. So it's not the first time that we use Fixed Grammar. We use the old edition and now we're using Town and Country Mouse, and it's been working for us that way. After he has answered his sentence, he has labeled all the parts of the speech. I will go through this with him. So I will ask him, so how many words are capitalized? And he will just give me the answer. I will ask him as well why they are being capitalized. he should be able to tell me because they're a proper noun and a first word of a sentence. And the same I will do with the rest of the information in here. What are the end marks in there? Well, at the end of the sentence and what after the word whether. Okay, so I will ask for the pronouns. What are the pronouns there? He. Why he is a pronoun? Because it replaces Johnny. So he should be able to give me the reason why that part of the speech is labeled. If he's not able, then I know that he's not understanding that concept. And that's how I usually do it. That's after he's done, I usually go with him, and by usually I mean I always go with him and review this section of his work. After he's been done that, I just make sure that I go through this with him. Because I've noticed that a lot of moms sometimes complain or stop using the fixed grammar because they think that the kid is not maybe comprehending or he's lacking. And part of that I've noticed is that because this is a program where your kid can pretty much work independently once they grasp how they can work with the sentence, they can pretty much work independently. So usually what I see is that parents just handle the book to the kid and they make sure that everything is correct, or if something is incorrect, they go and explain to the kid, but don't go and actually go through the whole sentence and being asking to see if they're actually comprehending what they are doing. And that is a way for you to know that the program is working with them and that they are actually understanding. If they are able to give you the reasons why they're labeling that part of the speech, don't just go and handle the book to your kid and after they're done, correct. If everything's correct, good. If it's not, well, you will go through that. It's good that whether you see that the answers are good or no, that you go through these to see if they're really understanding why they're marking that part of the speech. As well, you're refreshing the reasons why is that word working in that way in that sentence. So it's very important that you go through this, and after that I just check that his sentence is written properly, just as in here on my teacher guide. So that's how I usually go through the program. Now, I've been receiving questions in regards to review it. How many times can they do a review? What I noticed with the fixed grammar is that every 2 to 3 lessons, they will encounter a review it after week 11. So prior to week 11, there's no review it. After week 11 is that I start seeing those review it sections, and they will be practicing. The review it every 2 to 3 weeks. Correct? And what I notice as well is that it's not every time the same way of practicing. So example, here they have a fill in the blanks. A little bit after this, they will have, if you notice, some blanks as well, but it's not a sentence. It's just for them to mention 2 adjectives, 1 ly adverb. All they will have, again, fill in the blanks, but it's different, or they will have crosswords. So it's not the same activities, what I am trying to say. As well, with their review it, once they do this section of review it and they go through the next week, you will see that it's almost like they're reviewing the entire time. After that review it, the next days they will be reviewing pretty much what they have learned until they catch up to what they are working with at the moment, correct? So I think that it's been working very well for us. I like the way it's working for us, fixed grammar. I noticed the difference with him, and he's now very quick with labeling those parts of the speech. But I always go with him and review with him after he's done working. It's very important for me. I actually look at the definitions. Some of the times that I have noticed that he has not have the definition that just correlates with the sentence is because he hasn't read the sentence prior he start looking for that bolded word. And that is the reason why I explain that you should have your kid making sure that your kid read the sentence prior they start looking for that bolded word, because if you go to the dictionary, sometimes one word will have more than one meaning, depends on how that word it is used and depends on the sentence. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that, and that's how I do it with my kid, and it's been working very well with him. So I will have a very short clip of how we do grammar, just so you guys can see it more in action, and after that I will just give you how everything is been working. Okay, so we're going to be doing review it. Quotation marks. Quotation marks indicate words are spoken. Quote, cows eat grass. Attribution, the mouse explained. The quote is the sentence in quotation marks. The attribution is the person speaking and the speaking verb. You understood that? So read the passage below. Underline the attribution and place quotation marks around the words that Johnny spoke.
When Johnny looked around the garden, he saw rows and rows of vegetables.
He said, I know that those green things are peas and those are beans.
The bright red balls are tomatoes, of course.
I am not sure what the long yellow vegetable is that is growing on the vine. What is it, Timmy? So it says at the bottom, what would be a stronger verb than said? What will be a stronger verb than said?
Yelled.
Okay, what else?
Whispered.
Whispered. What else?
Compared.
Not really. So you say
Replied.
whispered, yelled, huh?
Reply.
Reply. You can say observed because he was observing those vegetables, correct? So do you know what Timmy saw?
A banana. A banana.
Okay.
Because he said long yellow vegetables.
Growing on the vine. But does a banana
does
a banana grow in the vine?
I know a banana doesn't grow in the vine, but this is a story. It could be in another universe.
But I'm not sure he's talking about in another universe, correct? And before that, so what do you think he saw in the What can grow in a vine that is yellow? So in a vine will be like tomatoes, like watermelon. What else can grow in a vine that could be yellow? It's a vegetable. And people use it as well when they are going to be doing like pasta. Instead of using pasta, they use that vegetable because they cannot eat the pasta. They cannot have maybe carbohydrates. So they eat that type of vegetable. Ready? No?
Yes.
What is it?
I still think it's lemons.
No. You still think it's what?
Lemons.
No, because lemon grows in a tree. It is a squash. A squash grows in a vine and it's yellow. Okay, so you don't even know what is a squash?
No.
Oh, wow. You don't remember your grandpa growing squash? Yeah, he did. So he says, so when Johnny looked around the garden, he saw rows and rows of vegetables. He said, I know that those green things are peas and those are beans. The bright red balls are tomatoes, of course. I am not sure what the long yellow vegetable is that is growing on the vine. What is it, Timmy? Okay, so in here we have to be looking in this passage to underline the attribution and place quotation marks around the words that Johnny spoke. So what do you see there that is an attribution? You remember what is an attribution? The attribution is the person speaking and the speaking verb.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So what will be an attribution in that paragraph?
He said.
He said is an attribution, so you will underline he said. Correct? And what will be where would you put the quotation marks? Remember, he said.
Before he said.
Before he said.
I mean, after he said.
After he said, and end up where? Ending where?
And ending at tomato.
Why? Why would you put it at tomatoes? Who is speaking there?
Timmy.
Okay. This is Timmy done speaking at that point where you see the tomatoes or no?
Mm-hmm.
He is done speaking there?
I think he's done speaking at it.
And you said that the one speaking is who? Johnny or Timmy?
Timmy. Oh, no. It's harder than I thought.
So you did write the attribution, but what is happening in there? Timmy is not the one speaking. Who's speaking there? Johnny is speaking. Because remember, it says at the beginning of the paragraph, when Johnny looked around the garden, he saw rows and rows of vegetables. He said, I know that those green things are peas and those are beans. The bright red balls are tomatoes, of course. I am not sure what the long yellow vegetable is that is growing on the vine. What is it, Timmy? So where will go the quotation marks? So you say after he said, the first ones. Where those quotation marks end? The next ones. If they're quoting who? They go after the question mark, correct? I don't see you writing it there. There you go. After, when it is a question, then you put them after because he's asking. And after he said, you will put a quotation mark as well. So you have the time to answer the two questions there. And you will go straight for the sentence. So a stronger verb than said. What could be a stronger verb than said?
Yelled.
Okay, what else? It could be whispered, observed. So you can add whispered there. Okay, so we're going to the next page for day 1. And if you notice there, we have a sentence that says, casually, Timmy told Johnny not to worry. He explained, it's just a silly cow. So read that sentence again.
Casually, Timmy told him not to worry. He explained, it's just a silly cow.
Okay. So make sure that you're looking at that bolded word before you start working on the sentence. And search in the dictionary. Okay, let's see what casually means. Okay, you guys, so now he's just finishing his definition. So what I am going to do is that I am just going to let him work on his own right now. This part, after we've been reviewing the sentence, he can do on his own. And when he's done, I will be just reviewing with him the sentence. And if you notice, it's already written in this side of the dry erase board for me to be able to do it with him. I have my black marker in here. And I have as well my red marker here. You guys can see. And this is how I am going to be correcting that sentence with him. So this is how we usually do it. We just try to, as much as we can, if we're not doing card schooling, obviously, we just go through the sentence. I write the sentence on the dry erase board just as it is, and then I go with him through the sentence, trying to make sure that he understood how those parts of the speech are working with that sentence and if he's been labeling them correctly. Done? Okay, so we are casually. Timmy told Johnny not to worry. He explained, it's just a silly cow. So what is the definition for casually?
Casually, not to plan.
Casually, not to plan. So casually is without serious thought, correct? Casually means without serious thought, without a serious thought. So casually, Timmy told Johnny not to worry. He explained, it's just a silly cow, correct? So now we're going for the capitalization. How many capitalized words are there?
There are 5 capitals.
Okay, so tell me.
Casual, Timmy, John.
Casually.
Casually, Timmy.
Timmy.
Johnny.
Johnny.
He.
Sorry.
He.
He. Okay.
And we also have its.
It's. Okay, and why do we capitalize? Why do we capitalize those words?
We capitalize casually because it's the beginning of a sentence.
Okay.
We capitalize Timmy because it's proper noun.
Mm-hmm.
And also Johnny, same thing.
Proper noun.
Yeah.
What
And
else?
He and its is capital because they start a sentence. Yeah.
It's the first word of a sentence, but there's a reason why it's capitalized as well.
It's also capitalized because the
It's the first one. Quoted.
It's the first quoted.
Quoted word of a sentence, correct. So end marks.
The end marks are a period.
The period goes inside the quotation marks or outside?
Inside the quotation.
Inside the quotation mark, correct. Good job. So now we have the pronoun. Do we have any pronouns there?
Yes, we have.
Which one?
We have 2 pronouns.
Okay.
He's a pronoun and it is a pronoun.
Why he and it is a pronoun?
It's. He is a pronoun because it's replacing Johnny. I think. And it's.
Replaces Johnny, or who replaces Timmy? He is a pronoun because it's replacing Timmy.
And it's replacing the cow.
Good job. It replaced the cow. Good job. So now we're going to continue with the adjective. What are the adjectives there? Do we have any?
Yes. The adjective is not.
Adjective. So what are adjectives?
Adjectives is something that describes.
Okay. So what describes there?
Not. Because it's describing not temporary.
Not really.
Just.
No, you're guessing now.
I'm not guessing.
It will be silly. It's just a silly cow. It's describing the cow. The cow is silly. So that is an adjective. It's playing there as an adjective. So this will be adjective. Okay. So what kind of a cow? It's a silly cow.
Yes, correct. I knew it.
Okay, so we're looking now at ly adverb. Do we have any?
Yes.
Which one?
Casually.
Casually is an ly adverb right here. So how you label that? You just added 3, correct? Ly adverb.
Yes, that's correct.
Correct, okay. And you put ly here, there, because it's an ly as well. So any subject verb pairs there?
Subject verb pairs, we have Timmy told, Johnny not, and he explained.
Okay, so Timmy told, correct? It's a subject verb pair.
Johnny not to worry. Johnny worry.
The next one is he explained. It's a subject verb pair as well. So we add in he. We're adding subject. Okay? And it's a number 1 subject because it's what?
It's a number 1 subject because it's
a subject opener, correct?
Yes, it's a subject opener.
Good. So the contraction it includes both a subject, it, and a verb, is, it's. Correct? It is. So to worry is an infinitive. It does not function as a verb. To worry is an infinitive. So let's just mark here infinitive. In the book, I have him mark the infinitives, even though it's not suggested to do it. But I think that if he starts learning to work with that as well, I think once he keeps on going with the next books, it'll be easy for him. So not to worry, infinitive, correct? So now homophones. Is there a homophone in there?
Yes, there is a homophone.
Which one?
The homophone is it's.
Okay. Let me just 1 second.
Because it's not it. It's not it's. Just it's. It is. It's a compound word. Yes, it is.
So it is actually a contraction for it's. Remember? So it is. It's a contraction of it is. So it's not a compound. It's just a contraction.
I'm used to saying compound.
Yeah, but it's a contraction. So that is actually a homophone. Okay. So now, and it is a subject verb pair. So we'll put subject verb pair there. Subject and a verb. So now we have, make sure that you correct that homophone, correct? Right here. So now we have everything. Make sure that you marked everything. We are looking as well for nouns. What are the nouns there?
You didn't mark explained as a verb.
No, because we haven't gone through the verbs yet. I just asked you the subject verb pairs. I know, but we're not going like that. So what are the nouns there?
The nouns are Timmy, Johnny, and Timmy, Johnny, and cow.
Perfect. Verb, explained, you told me.
Verb, explained.
Okay.
Told, worry.
Told. Worry? Not really, because it's worry is working as an infinitive in there. So it's not working as a verb. Not to worry. It's not working as a verb. It's not doing the action yet, because it's telling him just not to worry. Okay?
I know it was going to be silly.
So I think we have all of them. Let me make sure. Yes. So make sure you have them correct, just like that in your sentence. And now I would like to look at your sentence. So let me see your book.
Okay.
Let me see.
Okay.
So it says, casually, Timmy told Johnny Not to worry. He explained. It's just a silly cow. Perfect. Perfect. I think these, you leave a little bit of a space in here in between these two words, but beside that, just correct.
Yay.
And that's how I usually do it. I just try as much as I can to go with him through the sentence and making sure that if he has done any mistake, that I am able to just correct it with him so he can see where he made that mistake, and he learned that for the next time he needs to be a little bit more careful with what he is being doing. But if you notice, it's really simple. We went really fast through everything, and it doesn't take that long for us to do Fix It Grammar. It's actually very quick. I think, do you enjoy that program?
Yes, I enjoy it a lot.
He enjoys Fix It Grammar. He said I didn't. So we've been working, this is our second year working with Fix It Grammar. We are going to continue working with that program because it's been working for us. I think that he can say that he's learning a lot with that, and I have seen how much he has grown by using the program. I know that the program is working with him, because when I look at the sentences and the parts of the speech that he has labeled, I can see that he's been progressing and he's been doing better. And that's what I want. That's what you want from a program, that your kid can work well with the program, that your kid can grow with that program, that is been working with them, that is been teaching them, that they are learning and they can put in practice what they have been learning with the program. And that's how Fix It Grammar is working for us. Fix It Grammar works as well with our writing because it's from the same company. It's from the Institute for Excellence in Writing, better known as IEW. So we have the program Fix It Grammar with IEW, and we have All Things Fun and Fascinating, which is from IEW as well. And we use their vocabulary as well, so I don't need another book for vocabulary. We just review those words over and over again until he has learning them, and he can just use them with the different types of readings and programs. Most of those words we encounter with our read alouds. So I think it's very important and it's very helpful, because then they are familiarized with those words and they know already what they mean. And it's easy for them to be able to use them when they are going to do their writing, or when they are going to do the grammar, or label any part of the speech on any sentence, because they have been going through those vocabulary with the programs. So I hope this video is helpful. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Give me some thumbs up, so you just let me know that you will like more of this type of content. I will see you then. Bye bye, friends.